Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Makeup Wednesday. So I can't shout because you know, it's actually getting quite late in my household and my mama will come in here and she will box me in the face, and I don't want that to happen, so I'm not gonna shout. These are the problems that happen when you still live at home, but don't worry, that's gonna change, okay? Anyway, so we are back with another Wake Up Wednesday. I didn't say it in the last video, but I managed to remember it for this week, okay? Wake Up Wednesdays are the space where I stir the pot, okay? Where you don't want me to stir, where I trigger you, where I make you feel some type of way. Yes, I really do it on purpose, but it's all in order to make sure you are pushed, to make sure you do better, because that's what we are all about, okay? We're all about empowering each other and making sure we do so much better. So obviously, you know, the past couple of weeks I've been talking about the 4 P's. 2 weeks ago we did the first P, which was positioning. Then last week we did the second P, which is patience. And this week I'm not even going to take too much of your time, but it's all about preparation. I mentioned it, I touched on it very briefly in the first Wake Up Wednesday, where I was talking about, you know, the fact that it's really ridiculous that people wait for an opportunity to come in order for them to be prepared, whereas you need to start preparing from before. And we're going to touch a bit more on that today. So if you've been following for the past few weeks, please, if you haven't watched the other 2, please just pause this one, go back and watch the other ones, because this is not really going to make much sense. But anyway, I've been talking about the story of Ruth, who, like I mentioned before, you know, was the daughter-in-law of Naomi. They go over to Bethlehem, yada 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 yada, all of that good stuff. We've now come to the point where Ruth is now working in the field. She is plowing, she is working, and I spoke about that last week. The fact that, you know, in her you know, in her space of patience, in that place of patience, did not mean she became idle, did not mean she stopped working, did not mean she just sat there just, you know, waiting for something to fall from the sky. No, she went out there and she was working, she was plowing the field, doing what she needed to do. And now we've come to a place of preparation. Preparation, guys, is so key. It's so crazy how much we forget about preparation. It's like we want the breakthrough, we want the overflow, we want the open doors, we want opportunities and jobs and whatever it is, but we're not even preparing ourselves in the process. And I've spoken about preparation before on my channel, where I've said, you know, are you even preparing for what you've prayed for? You're praying for God, bless me, bless me, bless me, bless me, bless me, but are you even ready for the blessing? It's mad. Now listen to this, okay? I'm actually going to read one of the verses, because this literally was just like, oh my days. The preparation beforehand is so important. Understanding what you're about to step into and stepping into it in the best possible light to help yourself. Reading from Ruth chapter 3, and then I'll read from verse 1. One day Ruth's mother-in-law Naomi said to her, "My daughter, I must find a home for you where you will be well provided for." Verse 2. Now Boaz, with whose women you have worked, is a relative of ours. Tonight he'll be winnowing barley on the threshing floor. Verse 3. Wash, put on perfume and get dressed in your best clothes. Then go down to the threshing floor, but don't let him know you are there until he has finished eating and drinking. Now that could have just sounded like a regular normal verse. Okay, wash, prepare yourself, whatever. But I was literally mind blown when God was like, this is what we should be doing when we are looking for something better or looking for something greater. So many of us are praying for opportunities. You've been sat there for how long praying for opportunities, but maybe you're not getting that opportunity because you haven't even cleaned yourself up. You haven't even prepared yourself. You haven't washed yourself, and I'm not necessarily talking about physically, but I'm also talking about spiritually, emotionally. You haven't washed yourself. You haven't gotten rid of all of that baggage. You haven't gotten rid of all of that waste. You haven't dealt with all of that first. Then added some perfume to make yourself smell good, so that you can attract people, so that you can be warmer to people, so that people feel that they can connect with you. And you haven't even put on the right clothes. You haven't even dressed yourself up well to show, yes, I'm about my business. Yes, take me seriously. Yes, respect me, and I will give you back the same respect, because what you are even showing on the outside doesn't reflect what you're trying to get. And it's so funny because in our last power class was all about confidence, and one of the things I remember talking about was dress to impress. Not only for the other person, but also for yourself. Because when you dress well, when you look after all of this, it makes you feel good. So then you walk with more confidence, you walk more boldly, you walk with your shoulders held up high because you think, God damn, I look good. And you go out there and you step out into your power and into your purpose with, you know, with the full acknowledgement that this is who I am and yes, I have arrived. But so many people are lacking confidence because of something so simple. They won't even look after themselves. Now, let me just say one thing before you start running in the comments and start going crazy. Of course, it's not all about what you look like on the outside. Of course, it's not all about all of this going on the outside. But at the end of the day, we're visual, we're human beings. And guess what? Your outside appearance matters. So if you know you want to go into a business meeting or you want someone to take you seriously, how about you dress like it? Dress like the person that you are trying to become. You know, for me, I always try my very, very best, no matter where I'm going or what I'm doing. I always try to dress at the highest possible standard. Of course, I have days where, you know, I'm wearing no makeup, I'm, you know, in a tracksuit, I look like I'm just wearing jeans on the top. I look very, very casual. I'm not gonna say I look like trash, because no, even in my natural state, I look very, very beautiful, but I just don't look as dressed up. Of course, everybody has those days, but for the most part, you see me out on the street and you know who I am. You know what I'm stepping into. You know the weight that I carry, because I dress like someone who has weight that they carry. You're dressed like someone that people shouldn't even be paying attention to on the corner. I'm so sorry, but it's the reality of life. Help yourself out. Naomi specifically told Ruth, go prepare yourself in the physical realm too. Yes, of course, especially if you're someone of faith, of course, pray. I'm not saying that God cannot give you an opportunity just because of how you look. I'm not saying that at all. But all I'm saying is you can help yourself, bro. You can help yourself, sis. Look after, prepare yourself. Preparation comes in many forms. It comes in putting in the work. It comes in reading about your craft. It comes in watching the right things. It comes in listening to those podcasts. It comes in studying and research and doing all of that. But it also comes in dressing how you want to be addressed. I'm sure you've heard that saying before. Dressing in how you want to be addressed. And it was so crazy how God revealed it to me. I was so mind blown. I was like, look at the preparation. Naomi specifically told her, go wash yourself, put perfume on and dress in your finest clothes, because you're about to connect with your purpose. When you know you're about to connect with your purpose, when you know you're walking in your purpose, you dress accordingly. Yes, you speak accordingly, you act accordingly, but you also dress accordingly. You reflect that in every part of yourself. So that's all I'm going to say to you today. Preparation. What preparation do you need to do? Remember, this is both physical and spiritual. They go hand in hand. Not one of them separated, not one on their own. They go hand in hand. Do the preparation that you need to do. Do it so you can help yourself. Make life just that little bit easier for yourself. Preparation. Prepare in every angle, in every way. And don't just wait for someone to give you an opportunity first before you start preparing. No, start preparing from now. Start acting like somebody who is expectant of their blessing. Start acting like somebody who is expectant of doors opening for them and opportunities coming. Start acting like somebody who knows that they deserve to have the best. Start acting accordingly and stop making excuses. You guys know sometimes I get all up in my feelings about this different stuff. Oh, but listen, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Obviously, that was the third P. Preparation. And remember, all of these different things go hand in hand. Positioning, patience, preparation, they all go hand in hand. And of course, next week is the final one of the 4 Ps. I'm super excited to deliver that to you. I hope that you've been enjoying the series so far. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and make sure you hit that bell button so that you're notified every time I post a video. I love and appreciate you guys so much. I'll see you guys again in another video. Stay beautiful.